Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We back again. Me and Cesar. Post fight.
There it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob.
What
Uh
a night of boxing. What a night of boxing. Man. You know what? Boxing is a theater, bro. You just don't when you think something's gonna go a certain way, it goes the other way. Your favorite boxer does a certain thing, says something else. Man, it's a theater, bro. And this is why
yeah.
we're here. This
This
is
is why
why
we're
we're here.
here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You had
Yeah.
it 7-5. Well, you said 8-4, right?
8-4. Yeah.
I said it would be 7-5 unless Canelo could get him out of there by 10.
Whoo, we were half right.
We were on our way. We were on our way.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I honestly probably get some hate for it, but man, I gave Saunders just 2 rounds.
I gave him 2 rounds. You saw my
You did
scorecard.
too? Right. You sent it to me last night. I saw it. And I felt the same way. 5 and 6, I think I gave it to him.
Let me pull.
He,
Let me see if I can pull it up.
I believe that's what I gave him too. But yeah, man, it was real good. Um, Saunders started off slower than I thought. I thought he was gonna like start on the gas, bro. I thought he was
Yes.
gonna go
I
in
thought he
there. You
was
know what
gonna.
I mean?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna front run. I thought he was gonna front
Yeah,
run.
me too. I'm like, he's gonna start the pressure on Canelo right away. No, it wasn't that way.
Nope.
And actually, Canelo just started like going off his own rhythm. He, for the first few rounds, he was like fighting Canelo's pace. Trying to kind of, use his ring generalship a lot, but as soon
He
as that
didn't.
first punch came in,
To me, he didn't even do that. To me, from what I saw, was Canelo came forward, and I think Canelo more than anything, and this is just my opinion. I think Canelo was trying to feel him out. I think Canelo was
okay,
trying to feel
yeah,
where he was. And
I
when
could see
Billy
it that way
Joe
too.
didn't, yeah, Billy Joe didn't do nothing. He was like, okay, left hook to the body. He threw a left hook to the body. Like, all right, so you're gonna step to your left, your right, my left hook to the body. Boom. He threw it once. I think he might have hit the elbow. He might have actually hit him, and then he did it again, like maybe 10 between 20 and 30 seconds later. I think sometime around there. He threw it again, and then it was a right hand.
Yes, yes,
And then it was a right
yes,
hand. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how it's gonna go. This is how it's
man.
gonna go.
You know what? I'll tell you when I knew something was different was when he threw it, and out of these 70,000 crazy ass people, you could hear his grunt. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh damn, right away with that grunt. Like,
yeah.
man, that's one punch, bro.
He doesn't, and usually he only grunts when he knows the punch is like open. But even when he was hitting the elbows of the arm, he was hiss.
There you go. There it is.
He was
Yeah,
doing that,
there
and
it
I was like,
is.
oh,
There
he
it
wanna.
is.
I was like, he wanna hurt him. He wanna hurt him. Like he has no
Yeah,
love for him
bro.
at all.
Nope.
And he ain't.
Nope.
You're not supposed to have love. It's a fight. Like you want to get the guy out of there. But
Right,
um,
right, right.
when he started grunting early like that, I said, okay, this is what it is. Like
Yeah.
Billy Joe has to back him off. You
You
know,
have to. You
for
have
those
to.
who are listening, I don't know if you guys are a fan of old fighters like the '90s. Go back and watch a fight between Marco Antonio Barrera and Kennedy McKinney. All right, it's an absolute awesome fight. Go back and watch that fight. And in Kennedy McKinney's corner, they told him, Mac, you gotta back him up. You can't let him come forward. You gotta back this motherfucker up. Kennedy McKinney was backing Barrera up. Now, when Barrera realized what was happening, of course, Barrera being a smart fighter that he is, he pressed forward and he started digging to the body with the left hook to the body, and he started jabbing and throwing his right hand at him at the same time. But uh to me, that's the only game plan. If you can't get Canelo to back up off for you, you're not gonna have much success with him all night. And I don't understand why. I understand Billy Joe Saunders is a boxer. He's a pure boxer. That's what he does. But I don't
Olympic
understand.
champion.
Yes, but I don't understand why his corner didn't advise him or didn't train him to push Canelo back, to push Canelo back at any point in time during the fight. Because if you don't do it, you're not gonna win the fight. There's no way you can win that fight.
Yeah, and you know what? It probably was a lot of that those first initial punches. He's probably like felt the power, of course. But once you start making those deposits to the body, man, it becomes an investment later on in the fight. I don't know about you, but I don't know if you noticed towards the later rounds, he started ducking more, like going more down, almost as if to say, like, I gotta, he knows that body punch is coming, but he went extra down too.
Yeah, he was squatting.
I don't know. Did you know exactly?
He was squatting, and it wasn't just like a squat. It was like, yo, this shit. He connected, because usually guys, they hunch and they put their hands down to protect themselves from a body blow. You put your guard up, or Evander Holyfield would do like the turtle. He would do like the turtle shell where you hunch up real quick. He wasn't doing that. Like, he was hunching all the way over to cover himself all the way up. And that's what led to a lot of those other shots to the head and everything. But
yeah, and timing is key, right? He backed off. He knew that right was coming, and he knew he was gonna duck back, and comes that bone-breaking uppercut. Like, oh my God, man.
But Cesar, it was all the other shots before, all the other right hands
even
before that. It was all the right hands before that. Canelo wasn't hitting him just to hit him in the body. He was hitting him to hurt his arm or anything else that he could hurt. Canelo didn't care, and Canelo knew that. He knew he had to do those type of things to affect Billy Joe Saunders' game plan. Like, I'm not gonna let you throw that left hand all night. I'm gonna hit that motherfucker and make you, what I'm saying, make it numb so you can't use it.
That's like veteran moves, right? Levels, right? Veteran moves. You work against.
Absolutely.
Man.
That's a crazy. So this is what I call, and no disrespect to nobody listening, but this is what I told Cesar this a while ago. This is the European tour. I told motherfuckers this. I was like, this is what he's gonna do. Like, he's gonna get everything out the way at 168 that got a belt, and that's European. I said this. This is what Canelo was doing right now. This is the European tour. We can like it, we can hate it, we can be mad, we can be jealous of it. Canelo holds all the cards in the decks. He got what, 15, 20 million for this fight right here. He goes home with barely a scratch on him, maybe a little cut or puff along one of his eyes. But this is his tour, man. Like, he holds all the cards to the deck, and these are the guys that he's gonna fight right now. Like, as disappointing for me as a boxing fan that is, to see that this is the only competition that he may take. This is just boxing, bro. Like, Canelo's a guy sitting at the top of the deck, and the next guy is Caleb Plant. And I think Caleb Plant is a good boxer, but how long can you put up with that, pimp?
Man, that's when I saw that, and I'm like, after the fight, I thought about Caleb. Like, yo, bro, oh shit! Like, yo, bro, this dude's coming with bricks, man. Like, that power is real, I think. And Caleb,
he throwing the kitchen sink behind it. Like, Canelo in no way is trying to tap you. Like, he's not trying to tap anybody when he throws his punches. Yeah. Like, if you're listening to him, you hear him go, it's like, that's all force. That means I mean it.
That's all that energy is exerting into that punch, man. Everything he could just put right in it, right?
And he wasn't tired.
It right out.
And he wasn't tired.
Oh, hell no, dude. This dude was chill as hell during the whole fight.
He wasn't tired. Canelo had a lot more to give. And the crazy part, not the crazy part, but the thing that made me kind of like excited, because it wasn't much to really go off of, like, what you're watching, is when he waved the fans and like, yo, come on, help me get this motherfucker out of here, man. Where my people at? You know what I
mean? He did, man. He did. He riled everybody up. Everyone went nuts after that.
Yeah, when he waved everybody in, like, come on, let's get this motherfucker out of here. Y'all want him to go? And then, he commenced to do what he's supposed to do. But this is what it is right now. Like, I salute him for doing what he's doing. Like, I can't be totally mad. Like, he holds the cards to the deck. But the one thing that I have to say is that if this were, and I have to say this because I've seen it happen already. If this were a black fighter not fighting the best people, they would say he was trash. His mama should have got rid of him when he was a baby. They would have said everything about him if he would have been a black fighter. If he would have been ducking all these tough ass fighters, they'd have been smashing him. They'd have been smashing him if he would have been black. But salute to Canelo for doing what he's doing. I see it. I know what it is. And hey, man, Caleb Plant, man. Caleb Plant, man, you next, bro.
Yep, pretty much, bro. I know you in the gym.
I know you working hard, bro, but get on that shit because you're the bigger guy.
Get ready. You're
the bigger guy. And not, yes, you're the bigger guy, and you got to I know you're a fast guy and I know you're a boxer, but you got to be able to put some combinations together and stand in the pocket at some point. Y'all better go back and watch some Pernell Whitaker tape because the motherfucker coming, man. Like Canelo ain't.
He even said it in English. I'm coming, my friend.
I'm coming, my friend.
Exactly.
He's a fucking tank.
Oh shit.
He's a tank.
That's it.
He's a tank.
He's definitely a tank, bro. Yeah, definitely a tank. Man, I did not see this type of stoppage at all.
I didn't
think it was gonna happen like this. Man.
I didn't think it would happen in 8. I said 9 or 10. It would be something that BJ Saunders wasn't used to because that's when Canelo knows that he has you and he starts to warm up. The more he warms up, if you pay attention, if you're paying attention to Canelo, he starts to do stuff that lets you know that, hey, I'm comfortable in the ring. Like so I don't know if you saw this very subtle move that he did, but he feinted in and he threw his right hand up and then he threw a punch with his left hand. Like that shit Canelo does when he's comfortable in the ring. You understand what I'm saying? Like that stuff that he does. So when he started doing, I was like, yep, there you go.
Definitely, man.
There you go. I would like to see a better offering from the next guy, Caleb Plant, but this just is what it is, man. Salute to Canelo Alvarez, Viva Mexico, red, white, and green, pimp. Because
he did it, man. Yeah.
He, one more belt.
He did one more belt in his plans. It seems like that's all he wants. So he definitely wants to make it. So sounds like it'll happen. I think Plant's been wanting it too. So why not, right?
Let me ask you this. Did you see the post interview where Andre came to the press conference?
I did. I saw the clips of that, man, today. I saw the clips, man. I'll tell you what, though, man. This Andrade is smart. He pulled the Lara in that conference, man. He went in there and called him out. Say what you want about it. It's only getting him more clout. This is gonna get more recognizable for him. This is good for him. Whether I know, I also read that Jermell thought that was disrespectful and actually called Andrade and his dad a bum. I guess I get it from a fighter's perspective. It's your win.
So it's
but
different.
As a fan, I think, dude, I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too. And the thing about what Jermell did is not too long ago, he said something negative about Canelo. And the pro Canelo crowd was on his ass. So now he's been doubling back and he's been trying to say, oh, that's some bullshit. You shouldn't have done that. What I do like is that Jermell is showing improvement. He's showing that he's in the gym. He's showing he's working out. He's he's doing this Lions only shit. You know, every time I look up, I got a live from him, you know, Instagram he's going live and shit like that. So I see that he's trying to promote the fact that he has a fight coming up and everything. But him saying that about Boo Boo Andre goes back to him and Andre not fighting because Andre pulled out a week before that fight, I think.
Yeah, something about exactly. Yeah. Some contract issue or something.
Yeah, whatever it
was. About that.
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah, they got history.
Yep.
With both Charlos, right?
With both Charlos. And I think one or both of the Charlos said as long as they hold a position in boxing, he would never be able to do anything. He would never be able to get a fight.
That's what they're saying, man.
Yeah. I read that one time and I heard them talking about it. It was like, yo, as long as it's us, he'll never be able to get a fight.
You know what? If I'm Andrade, if I'm Boo Boo, that's what I'm doing. You know his plans. You know what, man? if he does get the Caleb plan and unifies, there's rumors of a third Triple G and Andrade. Man, go get that third Triple G fight. Fuck up his plans. Then he has nothing else to say.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
You got this dude, and now you want to go and like, oh, he's gonna change his plans out. He's gonna go after Charlo. Yeah. Go after Charlo yourself, bro. Cut off his plans.
You should go out. Either that or I don't know, man. See, the thing about it is Eddie Hearn is on some bullshit too, because Andre went over there for that. He went over there. He wanted to fight Golovkin. He wanted to fight Canelo. He wanted to fight Munguia. And all these guys are moving out the way. And you as a promoter, you're supposed to make those fights for him, and you haven't done it. You haven't done it. And if you go back and look at the press conference, the post-press conference, he's telling Demetrius to leave. It ain't just Canelo going, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Is Eddie Hearn saying, Demetrius, leave, go. He's saying it. So that's kind of like, that's nerve-wracking to me. Like it's kind of like, why did you sign this guy? And then you pawn him off on PBC and say, oh, he hasn't fought the Charlos, or he hasn't fought this guy, he hasn't fought that guy. We offered Charlo $7 million. Hey, listen, my man, you got 3 guys over there that he could fight. Munguia just moved out the way to fight another guy. So what's the issue then? What's the issue? Are they really scared?
Could be. And maybe stylistically horrible matchups for him, right?
He's a bad matchup. Andre is a bad matchup for everybody. He's a bad matchup for everybody. And let's just to be honest, like that capoeira style he did with Liam Williams, that was horrible. That was horrible. But let me say this. If Canelo hit you with that right hand, the way that you got hit by Williams, it's going to be a different type of feeling, pimp. If Charlo hits you that way, that's going to be a different type of feeling. Only person I think that you have the biggest upside on is Triple G. And Triple G,
I would say, man, go get that dude, man. That's what I would do. Go ruin their plans, man.
Ruin it.
Triple G, that's what I would do. That's what I would tell them. Hey, bro, go ruin this. Go ruin that. Anybody who's trying to go after, man, ruin his shit.
Absolutely. And what I would do on top of that is, for me personally, I would take less money just so I could get the fight. Like, yo, give him the biggest payday. I'll take less money. I'll take $1 million. Just give it to me.
Yeah. Well, give me the fight. Speaking of that, what did he say? Jamal posted, and I probably is misquoting it. He put, fuck the fame, fuck the money, fuck the networks. I want his next Canelo fight, right? He says, I want an next. Like, kind of like you're saying, fuck the money, fuck everything else, man. Let's just make it happen. It might just come true. And this is great, man. We hope we see these fights soon. And we finally get all these big fights and bigger for everybody.
I want to see him.
Yeah, man.
I want to see him. I know a lot of people think this shit is about payday, but when you come from certain environments that these guys come from, when I was fighting, whether it was in the alley, when you brawling and all that shit, it ain't got nothing to do with money. You fighting to prove to motherfuckers in the neighborhood that you can scrap. So the motherfuckers that's calling Canelo out ain't trying to get paid. They want you to know that they can fight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't see none of the motherfuckers giving Canelo a hard time unless it's going to be Charlo or David Benavidez. That's it.
Man, after last night, I thought about this a little bit. I think
who you think give him a tough time?
Man, I'm just gonna say it, Benavidez, bro.
That's it.
I have to say it. Yeah, I think so. I think this is the only dude who might be able to just give Canelo the hardest time, right?
And he fight angry. He fights angry.
Exactly.
He fights angry. He do the same shit Canelo. Arr! Listen to him when he throwing punches. That motherfucker is angry when he throwing, but he's trying to hurt you, bro.
Right, because like when we did this the last podcast, right? We talked about BJ Saunders being a lefty, and the last time he fought a lefty. All that shit to me is out the window now. That was 7 years ago. This dude ain't the same, and he's imposing his will on all these dudes. And it seems like the only one they all want to smoke, but the only motherfucker that might be able to shut off his whole party, bro, is probably Benavidez, bro. Might be him, man. I don't know.
Those are the only 2 fights I see that give him a problem. It's going to be, not Andre. It's going to be David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo. That's it. That's it. I don't see
Yeah,
nobody
man.
else giving him, and I'm not saying that to say that nobody else can't fight. By no stretch of the imagination is that what I mean. By no stretch of the imagination. All I'm saying is that those guys have the better option. They have the better set of skills and a better toolbox when it comes to fighting to beat a guy like that. I just don't see a situation where these guys who are very good boxers, but they haven't fought nobody. Um, I just don't see it, man. Like I don't want to go through everybody's record and do all this because we'll
Oh,
be
because
doing
no,
statistics. We'll be
no,
doing
because
statistics and all that all day. Listen,
bro, we could
Billy Joe
dissect
said
everyone's record.
we can. We really can. If I compare Demetrius Andre and BJ Saunders, Canelo said Demetrius is a born fighter. So why did you fight Billy Joe then? You understand what I'm saying? Like that's two of the same goddamn thing. The only thing difference in Billy Joe and Andre is Andre knows how to fucking move for real. He knows how to fucking move. And then when he hits your ass, he gonna tag you for real. Like that feather dusting shit that Billy Joe was doing, that's just gonna be a little bit more on that shit when it comes from Andre.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a little bit more on there.
yeah, I think BJ Saunders was a little bit more faster at 160. I know it's 8 pounds, but I said that last time. I think that might have been.
I don't think it
He's just
matters.
not as he's not as not taking it away, but he's not as he was at 160. The Billy Joe that was looking out in the crowd when he got him to miss that punch. He's not that same dude like
I
that
don't. I
anymore.
don't think it
And
matters.
again, it was Lemieux, so
There it
I don't
is.
know.
It's David fucking Lemieux. Like David Lemieux is a flat
Mhm.
foot fighter. He wants to throw a
And
lot of power punches. And this was the thing that I was saying to other people who were willing to listen. If I were Charlo, that would have been one of the guys I would have tried to put on my resume. Like
there you go.
I wouldn't have been waiting. I don't understand why these guys are waiting on Canelo. Like the guy
And
isn't gonna be fighting you anytime soon. I would have went right for Lemieux and anybody else who I could have beat the fuck out of and just got the shit out the way. Build your resume.
yeah, man. And this is a thing too. I thought about a little bit of this. If these guys just wait on Canelo, there will it comes a time where if you don't see every style and you're not fighting each other, that only hurts your levels to when you get up there because you're just waiting. So if you just sit back and fight mandatories after mandatories, you're never leveling up, right? You're not increasing your ability. You're not getting fighting better. If you're just saying, I want to wait for that gold ticket,
And you're not gonna get it.
you
And it
eventually you hurt yourself, because
correct.
when
And
you
it,
do get it, now what we gonna think like, oh man, come on, man. Like right now we're playing, right? We're thinking like, okay, he looked all right versus Truex, got a mandatory at the weight. What does that say now when you put Canelo there? You're just sitting and waiting, you know?
man, look,
That's why I want them all to mix around, bro.
I would
I
like for
can't
them all to
wait,
fight too, but the thing about it
It
is
only
that
helps each other, bro.
it does, but at the same time, like Canelo is the only person in a position to duck these guys. Like he can move out the way of Andre, out the way of a Charlo. But David Benavidez is still sitting there because he's actually at 168.
Uh-huh.
He's the only one at 168, unless Andre moves up and tries to get up at 168. But if I was Charlo, man, I would try to get that Golovkin fight.
Yeah, get him out the way, man.
Yes, I would try to get the Eubanks fight. Like I would get those fights. Those would be the only fights on my plate right now. In June or July when you fight, I would say, yo, this is what I want. I want Chris Eubanks. Who's he fighting? Montiel is who he's Charlo is fighting.
Jamal, yeah, because he in that post he mentioned he'll get rid of that fight and go for Canelo next.
But he ain't gonna get that fight. He ain't gonna get that fight, bro. He is not getting
Well, well, he won't get it until he gets we'll see once if and when the plan happens. Because after that plan, what's next? Where else do you go?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Charlo has an upcoming fight against Montiel, right?
Oh no, I'm just saying about he mentioned it in his post.
Okay.
Like fuck this fight. I'll go get that fight. I guess he's pretty much saying, man, I'll scrap all my plans just to come get your smoke.
Yeah,
You know?
I hear that. I hear that, but at the same time, that's not gonna happen. I would just go.
Oh yeah,
I would worry about the guy in front of me. I would get him out the way, and then I would just go after Eubanks because you were supposed to fight Eubanks in 2020. I would try to go against Eubanks, and then I would try to put like Gabe Rosado, somebody, man, put somebody on your resume, bro. Golovkin been doing that shit for years, man. Fighting nobodies. He
Hey,
fought Sarah Meta. All these
Game
guys.
Rosada's a good name. I mean, look what he did with Jacobs. That's a good name.
And Jacobs
Some
act
people
like
say he ugly lost that fight. Why wouldn't you go take that
Jacobs
fight?
lost that fight to me. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but Jacobs lost that fight to me. I honestly didn't see him doing enough.
I don't know what was wrong with Jacobs that night, man.
I think he don't want to fight no more. I think he's more worried about wearing turtlenecks and double-breasted suits, you know. And that's just me. That's just me and my thinking. But when I look at him, I don't see a guy that's interested in fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you watched when they said in the winner of the match, such, he wasn't saying nothing. Gabe was like, yeah. And then when they said his name, he's like, yeah, sit your motherfucking ass down. You heard them talking in the background.
Yeah, man.
I was like, you was worried about it too, though, because you know that you ain't do no fucking good job. He know that. He barely eked out a win against fucking Golovkin. And all he had to do was put some pressure on Golovkin. I don't know why he didn't, but
hey man, he actually I'll give Jacobs credit. Remember young Jacobs when he ran up all the way up to one of the Charlos to his face? And that fight never happened, man. I'm like,
yeah, it didn't. Shit. It didn't. I don't know what happened.
And nothing happens in the sport, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah, that's because I think one of the Charlos said they was a king of New York.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, they said there was a king of New York, and when he heard about it, he pulled up on him at the fight at that gathering or whatever it was. But
he was being interviewed too, bro. He didn't care. Jacobs went right up on him.
Yeah, I think one of the Jacobs somebody was being interviewed, and he just walked up to the interview.
One of the Charlos, I forgot which one too. Bro.
Somebody I forgot how it was going on, but motherfuckers walked right up on that shit. Like,
yeah, man. He went right up to him, bro.
Yep. Like, I heard you been talking, pimp.
Man, telling you, he had that savage mode back then, man. I don't know where that savage is from him anymore.
I like I'm saying, man, I think he's done with boxing. I don't think, he's that interested in actually being involved with the actual fight game, like getting in the ring. I think he more wants to be the guy commentating, an analyst or whatever it is, because that Gabe Rosado fight, I didn't see much to say, like I'm that dude. Like I didn't see nothing. But yeah, man, this is where we are. Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Happy Mother's Day. Definitely. Shout out to all the moms, man.
Love you, mama, wherever you are right now. COVID got this whole situation where I can't really come see you and everything, and I don't want to be over there and spread nothing, even though I'm not. But my mama know I love her, man. Love you, mama. Crazy about you. But Canelo Alvarez, man. 3 belts, 1 more to go.
1 more to go.
1 more to go.
Let's see.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Dimitri Bivol, if he comes down to 168, does he beat Canelo? And don't tell me some bullshit on some. Don't do favoritism, bro. Like, honest opinion.
Dimitri Bivol, the one who last week, 2 weeks ago, that Dimitri Bivol loses to Canelo.
Same thing I said.
All right. And I'm not trying to agree with you. I'm just saying. That Dimitri Bivol loses to Canelo. I just think he got hit. He got touched up so much. I'm like, man, it might have just been in the gloves. But either way, this Canelo touches that dude up. It touches him up.
And see, so this is the thing I'm saying. All right. I think Dimitri Bivol is an educated fighter, right? I think he's technical. He doesn't throw. He's economic with his punches, right? I'll say it that way. He doesn't throw a punch that he doesn't think will connect, even down to the jab. All right. But when you're in the ring with a guy who's going to be feinting with you as well, and he starts to understand where you are in the ring and the level of competition you are, he will at some point start to blast through that.
He will. 8-ounce gloves, bro.
Not that way. It'll be 10. It'll be 10.
Right. You've been in the gym this sparring. When you put out 14, 16 ounce gloves, you block that.
Yeah,
But bro, once we switch to 8 ounces, man, I'm
yeah,
cutting through all of that guard.
yeah. For those who don't
So
know, I think they use at 160. I think once you move past 147, they use 10 ounce. But
oh my bad, my bad, my
yeah,
bad. Yeah, there you go.
but regardless, for those who don't know, when you're in the gym and I don't know if you tried it, but if you try to spar with an 8 ounce glove with headgear on, it's damn near like getting hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's damn near like
That Vaseline ain't gonna help for shit.
it's damn near like not having headgear on. For those who
Yeah.
don't know, it's damn near like not having anything going because the glove is smaller and you can feel the punch when it connects and when it hits the skin or it hits the head or whatever it is. You can
Right,
feel the
right.
impact of the punch. So
Yeah, just look at for example, look at flow training. He uses like 20 ounce gloves on those bags when he's training. But then when it's fight night, he's packing them 8, 10 ounce gloves, and it's
yeah.
different. It's different, So yeah, exactly. So just going back to the Bivol, man, he's gonna be cutting through that guard like nothing. That Bivol that night just didn't.
I'm just I like Dimitri Bivol out of 18 fights, so I just don't know. I don't have enough to say that's a guy that could be Canelo. I know there are some people out there right now that disagree. Oh, you got your fucking mind. That blah blah blah. I'm telling you, man. I said, listen, everybody that said that he would lose to so far, I've been right, and I don't think there's a situation. I think Dimitri Bivol will have to drastically improve, and I think he would have to be more active. Uh, this last fight we just saw him have, where he was in the ring, I think the guy caught him. They were trading punches or something like that, and he got either stunned or he stopped because I don't think he expected the guy to throw another punch in return. Well, my friend, when you're facing Canelo, you're gonna get that back all night.
Yeah, combinations.
Yeah,
Combinations ripping through
yeah,
body and head, bro. You don't even
yeah,
know where to put your gloves up anymore. Should I put them down?
yeah,
Tuck in my elbows lower because now this is open. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I understand. I like Dimitri Bivol. I liked him after his, I think, ninth or 10th fight when I got a chance to watch him. I think that's when he was having a whole knockout streak or whatever. But I think he's a really good boxer, educated feet. Like I said, he's an educated fighter. He's economic with his punches. He works off the jab. He darts in and out. He has a kind of a style that kind of throws you off balance. But when
Kind
you
of like
guys,
methodical.
yeah,
Right?
it's methodical.
Right?
It's economic. Like he doesn't
Mhm.
just
He's
throw
not wasteful
punches.
with his
No,
energy or nothing.
nothing. But I think in a situation where you're trying to do that with Saul Canelo Alvarez, like that's just not gonna fly. It's just not gonna fly. Like I don't see how you're gonna get in there. Like he's gonna have to sit down on those punches.
Bivol is in
75.
175. Let me ask you this. What about Bivol versus Beterbiev?
I think that's a good fight. That's a fight that they haven't made yet because it's kind of like the same thing with these
But with
other
the
weight
heavier
classes.
classes?
Yeah, these guys are just ducking each other. They're standing out each other way. I think the inactivity of both of them doesn't present no advantage. But I think if there was going to be a winner to that fight, I think it's Beterbiev because he likes to come forward. He likes to mow guys down.
Solid dude, heavy-handed.
Yes, yes, and he loves to bring pain, and that's what I'm saying. Like for people who don't understand that, I know he's bigger than Canelo, but what do you think is going to happen when he gets in the like? It's the same. It's almost the same thing
You
to
also see
me.
Beterbiev versus Beterbiev coming down to 168.
No, I don't think I think he's too big for that. I think Beterbiev might be too big for that. But I think
Gotcha.
if
Canelo has to go up there to see him, right?
yeah,
He can't.
but
Okay.
so if you're saying Beterbiev versus Canelo, I think he will wax. I think he will wax Canelo.
Man, I'm gonna have to agree.
I think he will wax Canelo. Like if you're
This
talking about at
dude,
175,
I'm talking about 175.
at
Beterbiev.
175. Okay. So
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Beterbiev Bivol. I was thinking Beterbiev would run over Bivol, but he would do the same thing to fucking Canelo too. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I don't think Canelo go up there. You think so? I mean, he went up there with Kovalev. It's cool.
Yeah, but
I don't know
that's
about
opportunity. That's cherry picking.
I don't know.
That's cherry picking. Let's call it like it is. That's cherry picking. Kovalev is damaged goods. That's not to be disrespectful, but Kovalev has been hurt. He's been knocked out. Like he's been knocked out by Andre Ward once. Sullivan Barrera knocked him out, and I think another person might have knocked him out. So like he's kind of damaged. It's not to say anything bad about him, but it's just to say a guy like Canelo stepping in the ring with him, who sharp shoots. If he finally fucking connects and hits you, bro, it's good night, and we saw that already. So that you cherry picked that fight, even though Kovalev had a belt, that was a cherry pick. Like I know what that is. You went up there, you found the easy fight, you got a belt, and you vacated, right? So that gave you 3 or 4 weight classes: 154, 160, 168, 175. So now you got 4 weight classes under your belt, and then you let the belt go and you move out the way. But if you plan on staying up there, go ahead. I would like to see better BF and you rock out. I don't think you can counterpunch with that guy all night.
I don't think so either, man. And that's what I was gonna get to, right? So we seen him go to 179, but that was against Kovalev. Now seeing a younger, more active, current champ,
yeah,
I don't know, man. That's different.
You can see it. You can see it in the guys that he fight. Anytime you fight a guy that everybody know is Kovalev the Crusher, and he barely throws his jab, or he just puts it out there to create space, and he not trying to knock your fucking head off. Like we know Kovalev he tried to kill Andre Ward. He tried to kill Andre Ward, and then it get to this point where you don't want to do nothing. You gun shy. You gun shy about the punches. That means you ain't meant to be there no more. He knew what he was doing. Come on, man.
Cash grab,
absolutely. Baby. You cherry pick.
Hey,
cherry pick. Absolutely, that's all it was. I went up there. I got a title. Then you fought Callum Smith. Another grab, because Callum Smith had 3 weeks to prepare for that fight. Come on, man. At 168. Come on, man.
168. Yep, 168. Got that one.
Yeah.
Now he got Billy. Now we got.
He fought Ricky Fielding. He fought Ricky Fielding. I mean Rocky Fielding. Rocky Fielding went. Come on, man. These are cherry picking fights. Like let's not act like they not. Let's not act like they not cherry picks, man. Come on, man. Rocky Fielding curled up for 2 or 3 rounds before he decided he couldn't take no more.
I forgot how many knees, bro, he took.
And smiled about it when he took them.
He's like, what the fuck did I do? Yeah, man.
Smiled about it. So then, you fighting all these guys that are easy. Where are the real fights? Where are the real fights? Where is the David Benavidez fight? Oh, I won't fight Mexican fighters. But you fought Angulo. You fought Chavez Jr.
Yeah, I don't get that fucking shit.
No, that just means that just means I don't want no smoke with that guy.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think that might be the only dude, man. He might. I mean, Benavidez, he's one of those guys, bro, that never had an amateur background. He earned his keep from grinds in the gym with top level sparring as a young guy. He didn't go down and got 100, 200, 300 fights. No, this dude was already mixing it up with the big boys, man. It's pretty wild, man. He's from a different cloth, I'll tell you that much.
David Benavidez, what is it? Las Bandera Roja.
La Bandera Roja.
La Bandera Roja.
The red flag.
Wave it. Wave that shit, because I feel like if him and Canelo get that scrap, I don't think it's going 12 rounds unless somebody gets tired.
No, not at all, man. They might fuck around and take that shit to the Aztec Stadium in Mexico.
They might as well.
Bro, you know what I mean?
They might as well. The only thing about it is you don't want nobody family getting kidnapped and shit. We done already heard about all that stuff. Oh, man. So yeah, let's just keep it in Arizona or Texas. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where y'all can make some big money and keep it going. But I would love to see that fight. I would love to see him fight David Benavidez. But you talking about I don't want to fight no Mexican fighter. That's the stupidest shit in the world, Cesar. Come on, man.
I don't get that
That's
statement,
dumb
man.
as
It doesn't
fuck,
make
bro.
sense.
Come on, bro.
You think El Gran Campeón Chavez would ever said that bullshit? Never. Who probably wouldn't even run through his mind. I don't get that statement. I don't agree with that at all. I don't know where that comes
The
from.
fuck out of here, man.
I don't know what that means, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't
The
even
fuck
want to try
outta
and
here.
understand.
When Marco Antonio Barrera fought Juan Manuel Marquez and fucking Eric Morales, that wasn't on his fucking mind. He was trying to prove that he still fucking had it, man. They were saying these was the next guys up. And he was like, motherfucker, I'm right here.
For real, dude, you said that.
The fuck?
I'm telling you, man.
You talking about some goddamn... That shit is... Yo.
That doesn't make sense, I'm telling you. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't even want to try and understand it.
Ain't no... The only understanding I get from that is you don't want to fight that guy. You don't want to fight that guy. Not that he's Mexican or Mexican American. You just don't want to fight that guy. That's all that means to me.
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want that problem. I don't want that problem. I ain't ready for that. Same way when he said Charlo, what did he say? Charlo or Andre said you haven't fought nobody. And Andre was just like, well, show me I ain't fought nobody. Prove it. They called him a pussy, then they called him a bitch, then called him all that. But then you went to fight these other guys. I want to know what was so good about Liam Smith. You understand what I'm saying? What made you fight Liam Smith? If they was boring, what was so good about Liam Smith when you fought him at 154? It was 2 Charlos at 154. What made you fight them? But back to Andre, I think Andre is doing the right thing. I still don't think he's going to get the fight. I think he's going to have to keep pressing. I think he's going to have to show up at the next fight in September. I think he's going to have to show up in San Diego at his home.
He might as well run up on everybody, bro.
Yep, he's going to have to.
You're going to have to run up against, man, if you see the Charlos in there, go fuck up their drinks. Pick it off. Fuck them up. Oh, you see Plan over there? Call him a bitch. That's it, man. You're going to have to start doing something.
You got to do something.
Because nobody's trying to fight. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I think I kind of get it. They see it as like, yeah, like it's very difficult to be in there in the ring with that guy. I think I get that part, but I think part of it is his Andre's focus. You know what I mean? Like go watch some of his fights and just go watch them. Yeah. And you'll be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. Like, yeah.
Anybody look, fuck them.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Yeah, man.
But I tell you what, though, if Canelo, hey, man, pick up one of these Charlos, my guy. Pick up one of these Charlos. Because the thing about it is, Maul ain't going backwards. He goes forward and sideways. He ain't going backwards. Even when Derevyanchenko tried to press him, he went backwards for a little bit when he tried to reset and catch his breath. But then after that, he went right back to the center ring. He was like, come on, big fella. And you see what happened to Derevyanchenko at the end of that fight. That motherfucker face was all swollen up. He couldn't see out of one eye.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And then
definitely
fucking Golovkin fought him and lost the fucking fight. I don't know, man. Golovkin, man.
I life and death with him.
Golovkin, man. I ain't saying nothing out of him, man. I'm gonna just be honest. I ain't saying nothing. I seen 2 fights with Canelo. You won the first one. I give you that one, Golovkin. You won that one. I give you that one. The second one, you just got power punch. You got stalked and power punched for the whole fight. And then you fought Danny Jacobs. To me, you lost that fight. I don't see much about you that people were saying, oh, his power. His power was coming from guys that he could knock the fuck out. Do that with Charlo, though. Stand in front of Charlo and do that shit. Let me see you do that. Let me see you try that. Because, Big Charlo got a response for that shit.
Definitely. He ain't going to just let you hit him like that.
Nah.
We got to see these fights, man. I hope so.
Yeah, but they're not giving them to us, Cesar.
I hope it happens and these dudes just stop You know, gotta see him, man. This is a bad thing. This is one of the shits that I hate about the sport as much as I love it. This is the shit that comes with. Oh man.
This that bullshit, man. Too many belts,
Mhm.
too many sanctioning fees, all this bullshit. I'm just like all these belts and these whack ass promoters getting away because you got
Right.
the the promoters can block fights for the fighters so they can make sure that their fighters make the most money so they can get paid as well.
Oh
But
yeah.
if we want to see the best fights, man, put these motherfuckers in the ring. Like, what are we
Oh,
waiting
yeah,
on?
bro. Like you got everybody just getting a belt nowadays. Huh? I mean, remember that one fight with Rolly when he got a belt? We're like, what belt?
A bunch
I
of these
thought Tank
guys.
had that belt. You know what I'm saying? Tank has that belt. What you doing with a belt? Who'd you beat? Because you barely even beat this guy. I'm like, God damn, these belts, man.
And Mauricio Suleiman, he's one of the main culprits for this shit. You got the Mestizo belt now. You got Devin Haney with the actual WBC belt, but he giving a belt to Ryan Garcia and all this shit. Like, why does everybody have to have a fucking belt? There should be one fucking belt, man. That's why I say UFC at least got that part right with when
Oh
they made one
yeah,
fucking champion.
that's it, man. That's one thing they got right. They
That's
got
one
that
thing they
right.
got
They got
right.
that's one thing, man. That's one thing I like
The
about
only
it.
thing I seen them do was make an interim champion while the other champion was like hurt.
Like injured or something.
Yeah, some shit like
And then he
that.
came back and then fought them, right? The way it really should be.
That's
Isn't that the whole point?
That's it.
That's the whole
That's it.
point.
I feel like there should be a world championship belt and like an intercontinental belt or interim belt. You know, like I don't all these other whack ass belts, man. These guys running around. Oh, I got this belt and I'm gonna go tuck the belt and hide it. Man, boxing. We done said this already. Boxing is king of the hill. If you the motherfucking king of the hill, stand up on the top of the hill and let these motherfuckers run up and you knock their ass down. That's what fucking Roy Jones did. That's what fucking Larry Holmes tried to do. That's what fucking what's my man name? Damn it, man. Pernell Whitaker tried to do. That's what all these guys tried to do, man. Like I just don't get all this. Get a belt and then go sit off on the side where can't nobody see me. That's what Errol Spencer's trying to do. He want to unify all the belts. That's what Shakur Steven trying to do. He want to unify belts. But everybody running and ducking and saying, I don't want to fight that guy. I don't want to fight that guy. Or they dropping belts. Lomachenko, for those who don't know, Lomachenko was a WBC champion and gave up his belt so he didn't have to fight Devin Haney. I don't know nobody that will work so hard for something that they give it up. I don't even know how you do that. That's just like me saying right now, I become the number one podcast doing this type of shit. And we're number one and we get paid $10 million and I walk away from the $10 million and say, I don't want it. But I work to get the shit.
Right. This is what comes with this baggage, man.
This shit is trash, man. It's trash. This is the
shit show, bro.
This is the bullshit that fucking grinds my gears, man, because you sit here and you think a guy will work that. I don't know nobody as far as boxing, especially the guys that I know, whether they amateur or pro, that work that fucking hard to get to the top and then say, you know what, I don't even want the belt no more. You can have it.
That's true.
I don't know nobody that did that.
And that's the thing, right? As soon as they get to a certain part in their career, history repeats itself again. They start picking shit, you know? And then it just messes up everything on the bottom.
Wasn't that belt that Loma had? Wasn't that originally Mikey Garcia belt? Because Mikey Garcia moved up or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, possibly.
I forgot how the whole situation went, but
that was 135, right?
Yeah, in the end, fucking Lomo ended up with the fucking belt, and Devin Haney became the mandatory. And instead of fighting Devin Haney, he gave up the belt. So then you go and fight fucking what's his kid's name? Delfimo Lopez. You go fight him for 3 belts, and now they saying that this dude is undisputed.
This is what happens when you start adding too much shit. This is what happens.
And then the worst part
It
about
just
it
caused
is,
a mass confusion.
and then WBC president Suleiman is handing him a green belt that says top rank on it. This shit ridiculous, man.
It's crazy, man.
This shit ridiculous. You gave him a belt just to make sure that he was seen as the undisputed champion.
Yeah,
While you
man.
know the WBC champion is Devin Haney.
Telling you, bro, all these organizations are just fucking horrible.
Hey, real quick, man, let me say this too. I know a lot of people out there are dealing with depression, stress, anxiety, and all these things. So salute to Ryan Garcia if you're really going through it. I just have a hard time understanding what it is he's actually going through. I've seen a lot of boxers deal with personal issues and they're not taking pictures on the beach. They're not taking the time out to address fans and shit like that. So I kind of question what it is his motive is behind that shit. But if you hurt, if you're dealing with some type of physical or mental ailment, salute to you, my brother. Get through it. But
him and Emma Williams as well. He also left for the mental.
Okay, I heard about Emma.
So all the power to him as well for Emma Williams. He's a young prospect, if anyone doesn't know, because he's young. But he has a bright career as well. So it's also to him. Hope he gets some help or gets better.
Yeah.
These are the things we don't know. I don't know. But
I don't know either, but
better,
it just seemed very weird when you're dealing with mental health issues. And you're posting about it and then you're striking out at people. I know at one point when me or someone that was close to me was dealing with depression, they didn't really want to be bothered. They didn't post about anything. They didn't engage in no type of way. When you would go to see them, they were very somber or melancholy or they were down. They were not in the best mood, and they weren't on their phone looking at Facebook and doing all this other shit. So it's kind of weird to see that he's still posting, about Mario Lopez and calling him an ass or whatever he was doing. But all that stuff is just kind of weird to me to see him doing that. And you're saying that you're dealing with depression or stress or whatever. So
the hell did Mario tell him?
I think Mario Lopez went on a podcast and he was basically saying that he doesn't quite believe that the kid is really dealing with it.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know it, but I kind of feel the same way as Mario Lopez. It's kind of like, yo, if it's really a problem with you, shut the phone off and make sure that you go get some help. I don't know anybody that has dealt with depression or stress or anxiety and they be on these apps, in Hawaii having a good time. Like, I don't know nobody doing that. I don't know any boxer, especially, and let's say this real quick because boxers walk a very lonely road, or anybody that does a combat sport, you walk a very lonely road. When you win, everybody's your friend, everybody loves you. When you lose, you're by yourself and everybody fucking hates you. That's just how it goes. I know that for a fucking fact. All right. So I know if you're not mentally strong on that level, it can definitely play some tricks on you because you have to be mentally strong. Boxing or MMA, these are sports where you have to be mentally strong, where you have to take a punch in the face and it hurts and you have to act like nothing ever happened. You can have a concussion in a ring and act like the shit never even happened. You have to have a poker face at all times. So outside of that, we've seen guys like Muhammad Ali deal with tons of problems, racism issues, the boxing world falling apart on him. Nobody wanted him. They were trying to keep him from fighting. The government was against him. He was dealing with racism. You have fucking Mike Tyson dealing with all the bullshit that he had to deal with. People lying and saying that he raped him and everything, and still go in the ring and fight. You have fucking Canelo recently talk about his brother got kidnapped. 2 days before the fight, a day before the fight.
I think he said 3 days.
And he dealt with the shit, man. He kept going. So it's kind of like we have examples of guys who actually had to deal with the shit. And maybe we just live in a different time, in a different era where these guys are always on their goddamn phones. Maybe that's the thing. I know I went all off topic, but I feel like we're having a segment right now where we're fucking venting because this is a fucking theater of boxing. It's just a lot of bullshit going on in the sport that I love. And these are the things that I just do not like, man. I want the best to fight the best. If you're not ready and prepared to fight, I think you should just come out and say, hey man, now is not the time for me to be fighting this guy. I'm not ready. I think I need a couple more fights before I get in the ring with this person. Um, it's just a lot going on in the world of boxing, man. It's very irritating and annoying to me. And I just express my frustrations with it because that's what we're doing.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could be right. Dude, Ryan could be. I don't even want to say it, right, because what if it's true? But one thing is true though. There is rumor that De La Hoya and Golden Boy are trying to go to Thriller. They're taking their whole promotion over. You smell a tactic here, maybe?
I don't know what it could be.
You know?
I think De La Hoya is just trying to attach himself to money, but maybe there's a tactic. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I
that
don't
was
know.
supposed to be coming up. You know, that's his biggest star now. You don't have Canelo anymore. And this big star is Ryan.
No,
And now,
was Golovkin ever with him? No.
no,
Okay.
no, Golovkin has his own promotions.
Okay.
I forgot his promotion name, but yeah. So I mean, you never know, man. This could be a crazy, and it's a crazy conspiracy theory. So we're just talking, you know, the same facts or nothing. We're just talking, you
No.
know. So,
But he did say it. Oscar
yeah,
said
he's trying to go to.
ODH said it his damn self. You know, he liked the way they do business, and he's thinking about taking, you know, his stable over there. So ain't no speculation about it. He said that shit himself. I don't know what tactic would it be, because the only person he's dealing with is the zone.
Well, I mean, the tactic to not give the zone their best, you know, card, right? His ace. He has voiced his frustrations last time with the zone, and he threw some shots at the zone executive saying, "Oh, I got my paper or my card here. Ain't no the zone executive here cheering me on," or something like that. Something like that. And I'm obviously all out of context on that, but he did say something like that. And it's obviously out there on Twitter. So if anyone's watching, you could scroll through and probably find it during that card night. He said that. So it might just be some tactic like, all right, you guys don't want to show me love? Fuck it. Now I might tell this kid to just, you know.
I don't know. Well, I know a few months ago, one of his fighters was on a card with ESPN. And I know Bob Arum was like, I don't know if you remember that, but Bob Arum was like, I'm here supporting my fighters. Where's Oscar De La Hoya? Like, he should be here supporting his fighters, and he's nowhere to be
Oh
seen.
my God, bro. Hey, that's not aging well on this guy, especially since Canelo said in that interview, right? He don't care about nobody but himself. He
Yeah,
ain't
it's
no
all
promoter. He don't run Golden Boy.
yeah, it's all crazy. They say Richard Schaefer was the one. Richard
Oh,
Schaefer
he
was the
was,
one
bro.
behind the scenes running everything.
Oh man, you have to remember, and Richard Schaefer and now Heyman ran Golden Boy. They were in one. Everyone was fighting under Golden Boy. Even Floyd Mayweather was getting checks from Golden Boy. Everything came from. Everyone wanted to be there, but these guys were running it. Heyman and Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer was obviously the face of it. As we all know, Heyman's always in the background doing his deals, but bro, they ran it. And guess what? This dude ain't around. He ain't putting in work. They're probably, well, we're gonna buy out the company then. And then that's when this whole suing shit came out, you know, and history's rest. Everyone left him, and he still seems to be on the same shit, I guess.
Yeah, motherfuckers. That's crazy. Richard Schaefer and Al Heyman took 200 and something fighters with them and built a
Yeah,
stable.
but
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I'm pretty sure every other fighter saw like, man, this dude ain't around, bro. They're right. Deloy ain't around.
Yeah, but you know
I mean,
what I
I don't
do
know,
like?
right? I don't know.
What I do like about Al Heyman, as far as I heard from all fighters, is they all say the same thing. Al takes care of the fighters. He don't care about you fighting because he know that you can fight. He's worried about your longevity after fighting, like, you know, setting yourself up beyond the boxing ring. And I think that's pertinent. I don't know if that's a good word, but I think that's a very good thing that someone should be doing for you. Is like they're being like more of a guardian for your life and for your outside of the ring. Like Al is more concerned about, yeah, you're gonna get paid when you go in there. I can make sure you get paid, or I can make sure you get a sign-on bonus and everything. But let's set you up for long term outside of the ring. I seen Andy Ruiz say it. I seen Leo Santa Cruz talk about it. I seen fucking Abner Martes talk about it. I seen the Charlos talk about it. I seen Errol Spence talk about it. They all say it. They all say Al is he wants you to be good. Excuse me. He wants you to be good outside the ring, not just inside the ring. He wants to make sure that you take care of yourself and set yourself up and your kids and your family, you know. So a salute to Al Heyman and Richard Schaefer if he's responsible for that as well. But this goddamn boxing shit, man, it's a whole clusterfuck right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time it almost gets straightened out, some asshole finds a way to knot it right the fuck back up, man.
Hey, man. At the end of the day, we still end up watching this shit, man.
Still end up
We
watching.
still talk about this shit.
Let me say this though. When Canelo fought Avni Yildirim, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that fight. I didn't pay it no attention, and I didn't plan on paying it no attention. I didn't see no point in watching that weak ass fight. It's a guy we knew he was gonna roll over, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, definitely. I know you asked me about it. Like, what's your thoughts on it? What do you want me to say?
I didn't watch that fight.
Didn't really care for the fight like that.
I didn't see any point in watching that fight. I almost didn't watch this fight. This young lady asked me, she was like, yo, you want to come hang out? And why not? And then, you know, the fight, around the time I'm getting ready to go see her or whatever, the fight comes on, and I plop down and have a seat. And while I'm getting ready, I notice I stop moving and doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, she ended up coming over here. So, and we just hung out. But she was like,
shit.
Yeah, she was just like, who are we rooting for? I was like, you root for whoever you want to. But I know, I tell you what, I know who's going to win. And she was like, all right, that's a person I root for then. So
there you go.
I want to see real fights, man. Cesar, I want to see the real fight, the real, man. And we're not getting that. I hope we can get a Charlo Andre fight. I hope we can get a Charlo Eubanks fight. I hope we can get all the fights that really and truly matter. If those fights don't come to fruition, but these fights where guys are fighting guys that they know they can beat and they going home, man, I'm not a fan of these fights. It's just taken away from the sport of boxing, man, or it's just taken away from my attention. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this at all. I would like to see Bud Crawford fight Sean Porter. I would like to see Bud Crawford fight Danny Garcia. I would like to see him take these fights, but I don't know. I don't know who's managing him and if they're doing a good job of it, but it seems like he's over there in the bond. Top Rank seems like they can't put up the money for him. I don't know if they broke or what's going on with that. That's the other thing, man. Why are you trying to take an American fighter over to Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia and sell the fight there when you could just sell it here? Like, is there something I just don't get?
It just means they don't have the money to back it here.
Like, why
out of their pocket?
Yeah.
Why you going big safety?
Can't. So you mean to tell me you can't? He's from Omaha, Nebraska. You mean to tell me you can't sell out the football stadium? It's a college football stadium that holds like what, 60 to 100,000 people. You mean to tell me you can't sell that out? I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I know, man. This is what it comes with it. I mean, me, I normally don't try to get too much like that, right? Because I it's like I already know it's part of it, and I just let it be. I'm just am excited that there's boxing happening.
I am
that's
too,
pretty much it, man. So
this shit is a downer.
That's how I feel about it. Nah, man. I'll stay optimistic. Eventually, something will come off. You know, eventually. I just don't want. I don't want like, you know, us to lose more networks, and then it limits the sport. It limits exposure to everybody. We shouldn't pom-pom and root for a certain network. We should pom-pom and root for everybody. Once these networks go and we just have one, we're limited to see it also, a lot of these young guys. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a optimistic in that, I want to see it.
I want to see them
better,
too,
man.
but we see what they doing to this fucking sport. You got the promoters dividing up the fighters, saying this fight can't be made, or they won't take this side. They won't do this. Like, it's just so much.
It is, man.
So much
Every day is a
bullshit.
theater, and every day I go on Twitter or YouTube, it's something else.
It's something else, man. It's
something else from your favorite fighter. You didn't expect him to say this. It's like, what?
So let's just kind of look at the Caleb Plant fight.
Okay.
12 round fight.
Sorry. So sorry to give you dead air. I was running the picture in the fight in my head.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, my bad for the dead air. You caught me off guard with that.
You good.
So I'm thinking about it. Man, you know what? Early prediction, if and when this happens, I say Canelo by stoppage. I'm just gonna say it and record it on here, so that way I could hear this shit later. Canelo by stoppage right now. Early prediction.
You think Canelo stops him?
I think he. Man, I think so, bro.
Yeah,
I think so, man. I think so.
Damn it, man.
Because stylistically, BJ Saunders was supposed to be a more tougher fight. Stylistically, only that. But now that I'm picturing Plant stylistically, man, he's there. He's there for this guy. So I say stoppage, man. I mean, it could be like a TKO, standing where the ref jumps in. But I don't really see a knockout per se, but I see like a stoppage, like eventual, taking a bunch of body shots with good hits, and then that's it. That's how you see it. How do you see it?
I see it a 12-round fight. I don't know. I think it goes 12 rounds unless it's a late stoppage. Like, again, I'm gonna say it the same way about with Billy Joe Saunders. It'll go, if it doesn't go 12 rounds, it goes 11. It goes 10 or 11. Like, and that's not to disrespect Caleb Plant, because I think he has fast hands and feet. I think he's a very good boxer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But there are levels to this shit, and I just don't see it, like,
it's hard to see it right now, right? It's hard to see it right now.
How do
if he would have
the boxing the boxing acumen of a guy like Caleb Plant or Billy Joe Saunders has to be so through the roof that it's alarming to Canelo. And Canelo's in a very good position, right? Like, he's at the weight I think he just desires to be. This is not 154. It's not 155. These
he's
little
not cutting weight. Yeah.
It's not 160. It's 168. And to me, that means that he probably walked around at maybe 180, 190. I don't know. But I feel like if that was the weight that he was walking around at, then it's easier for him, because in between his fights, it takes him 2 to 3 months to get ready for the last couple fights. That means he loses that 15 pounds very quickly.
Yeah, and he's been in the gym, right, since the last. He's been
in
the gym for a while already.
Yep, he said he's been standing in the gym, so that lets me know that he hasn't had to struggle to get his weight down. So he's probably not walking around any bigger than 175, 180, if that.
Right. His camp is pure plan. He's in there with making a game plan from day one. Not all right, 3 weeks I'm gonna cut weight. No.
Yep, no fat camps. There are no fat camps. Yeah. So because of that, I think that he's at optimal weight, and I think that guys like Caleb Plant, while they may be good boxers, the sheer aggression of Canelo kind of overrides that. Not saying that Caleb Plant can't beat him, because I believe that.
No, not at all. Everyone has a chance.
Yeah, I believe that if you put together the type of game plan that can get this dude to go back or sideways with you, then you got something going on. But I haven't seen nobody as of yet, because he hasn't fought the type of competition that I want to see him fight. I haven't seen nobody put Canelo at the end of a yo-yo and like keep him on a string. Like none of these guys are gonna be able to do it.
Not this current Canelo.
No.
Not this one.
Nope.
Previous, yes,
Nope.
but not this one right now.
Nope. And
this one is a little different.
And the reason why I say I would love to see him against Charlo is because that's a guy that he wouldn't have to worry about where he's gonna be. Like Charlo's gonna be right there, right there. You ain't gonna have to worry about him. David Benavidez is gonna be right there. You ain't got to worry about him running around the ring. They're gonna be right there. I mean, all you gotta do is just watch a Jamal Charlo fight. Like it's not like only time he steps out is a reset, or to catch his breath. That's it. And then he goes right back to work. He goes right to the middle of the ring. He tries to get you to go back. I don't think, that's a fight Canelo I think he would like. Him and Charlo and Benavidez, like, ain't nothing else.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else there.
And hey, and then if Charlo's up there, you mix it up with Benavidez too. Why not, right? Do a round robin, all of them.
Might as well. Might as well.
Entertainment, man.
Might as well.
Entertainment.
Charlo opened his mouth and said that, he'll break Benavidez's neck. Don't talk about it, be about it, pimp. So that's a fight I would like to see as well. But the other thing about Caleb Plant is I wonder if his hands can hold up for 12 rounds in a fight like that.
Yeah, either one, he don't break him because he's missing, or one, he's trying so hard that he might catch an elbow in there, trying to dig the body, and pop, there goes his hand. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think he might try to throw one of those hard shots just to see if he can keep Canelo off of him. And, he matches his hand up. But I don't know, man.
September's just a few months away, man.
It'll come very fast, bro. It will sneak up on us all.
Yeah.
We are in May right now. And next week, I forgot who fights next week on the 15th, but Devin Haney's fight is coming up toward the end of the month.
Very good fight against Linares.
Yeah. Who you got in that fight?
I got Devin Haney.
Okay.
I don't even have to think about it. Not even gonna think about it. I just said Devin Haney. I say knockout.
You think he'll knock out Linares?
I think he will knock out Linares. I'll call that out and put it on record. I think he will knock out Linares. Linares, to me, has a suspect chin. He's been put down before, but some other, like Lomachenko was ever seen. But there's another fight he was put down real bad. Was what was his name? I just know his nickname. He's a Mexican boxer. His nickname was Yayo, believe it or not. Knocked him out in the first round. Linares.
Knocked him out? Or just knocked him down? Wow.
So I'm using that
as a gauge.
As a gauge for a Devin Haney. I see no possible outcome with that.
Wow.
I might be wrong, but I'm just gonna throw it out there and cement it.
Because I think they're high-level boxers. That's what I was thinking. I think that would be a high-level boxing match. And only way I see a knockout coming is if he pushes the pace on Devin, because he's not, succeeding as a boxer in that match. And he tries to go for it and he gets clipped. But I think it'll be a high-level chess match, man. I think a high-level boxing when I think of them two. That's how I see it. But I could be wrong. But we will find out. God damn it, that's one thing we will find out.
That's gonna be a great fight, man.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a good fight. It's another exciting fight. And is it true? It's almost sold out already, or it's sold out?
It is sold out.
It's in the Mandalay Bay, right?
I forgot where it is, but I checked online to get tickets, and they only had 6 tickets left.
There you go.
And that was weeks ago when I tried.
Man. Hey, that goes for anybody else at 135 or 130 saying he ain't sold nothing. Who is he? He ain't fight nobody.
Those are excuses.
Now?
Those are excuses.
What are you gonna say now?
All of those are excuses. Anybody saying that he's boring or he can't sell tickets, all that shit is just excuses because they don't want to fight him. That's all it's ever been. These are excuses that fighters use so they don't have to fight the guy. And to be honest, if you're really being honest about it, he's the only one making the highest amount of money at 135.
And from what they say, he has a very, very rich contract.
Yeah, until fucking Teofimo got this new, where he got what, $5 million for his newest fight.
Oh, from Thriller, right? Yeah, but that was, I mean, he don't got a contract with him. They just got the bid, right? So he's still a top ranked fighter.
So the bid was like 7 or 8 million. I think he got the 5 million out of the deal or whatever. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
no. I think something like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
They got something to that nature.
Yeah, it's like an $8 million bid, and then he gets the highest purse. Kambosos gets the other part, and then they got to pay the other fighters out of the remaining sum. So.
Exactly.
So he probably got like 3 or 4 million out that deal. Ain't no telling. I don't know. It's not none of my business. I don't care. I just know from what I heard about Devin Haney, that boy been a millionaire for a few fights now, several fights.
Hell yeah, yeah, man. Trust me, I don't think money's an issue for him at all.
It ain't. It's people stepping up and taking a fight. And I understand why the younger guys don't want to fight him, because they're up and coming just like he is. They're all young, 21, 22, 23 years old. You know, you're trying to get your bones and make your money before you do that round robin and you guys run into each other. But at some point, you guys got to fight. And I think this is a good fight. I think Jorge Linares is a good fighter. He's a solid boxer. I can't wait to see it. This should be a really good fight. I think it's going to be high level chess. I don't expect a knockout, but that would be nice too.
Yep. I'll call mine, and I'm sticking to that one, bro. I'm going to put a stamp on it. We'll see what happens, man. I hope so. But yeah, no, and nothing against Linares. Definitely, he's a great boxer. I just feel like, man, Devin, he got some power, man. You know. So, but again, we'll see.
Yeah, but that's the other thing they were trying to say about Dev, is that he doesn't have power. He can't knock out guys.
Oh, because of his last performance with
but he had a busted shoulder. Gamboa.
Yeah.
When he fought Gamboa. Yeah. But he had a busted shoulder. So he said the whole night I was just fighting with my jab. He said that was about all I could do. He said he was trying to throw the right hand and do the best he could with it, but it wouldn't cooperate. But I'm not worried about that, man. I just think that he's just a high level boxer. I love the way Devin fights. If you're not into the execution of boxing and not fighting, like Dev is a very good boxer. He doesn't fight, like he boxes. If he doesn't feel like he's in the right space, he steps out or he steps around or he uses his jab very well. Dev is high level boxing. Salute to Devin Haney. I like the kid a lot. In the end, I can't wait till it's him and Tank or him and what's the other kid name we just mentioned? Teofimo Lopez.
Okay, no. Teofimo Lopez. Okay.
No, I don't even want Shakur to even get involved. I want him to stay like a weight class below them. Let them solve that shit. Let them solve that. But if because he running out of competition, don't nobody want to fight that fucker either, man. Don't nobody want to fight these guys. They scared of him, man.
And his own promotion too.
But here's a thing about that. Oscar Valdez and him was at 126 together, and he vacated the belt to go to 130. So Shakur was like, well, I'll go to 132.
He's right there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll go to 132. Fine. I'll follow you because I want that fight.
He wants that fight. And Jamel Herring?
He didn't want to fight Jamel Herring. I forgot. He wanted to fight. Right? Who was the guy that Jamel Herring fought?
Oh, man. What was it? Because as I know, they were all taking like shots at him. So,
was that Carl Frampton?
Yeah, exactly. Carl Frampton. Yep.
He wanted to fight Carl Frampton, and when Jamel Herring won, he said, "Well, I wasn't expecting that, but you know, you my guy, but you can get it too." You know, so yeah. I like Shakur, man. I like Shakur. Shakur don't. He trying to let y'all know, like, look, wherever the belt is, I want that. Like, that's what I want. That's the goal. I don't know, man, but hopefully, man, we get to see some good entertaining fights coming up. I know Showtime has a full card for the next couple months or something like that.
Yep.
So that should be
The next few
good.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be good. The Zone has some decent fights coming up. What do you think about Munguia? I
You
think
know,
he's wild.
I've never been high on Manguilla.
Okay.
Never really been high on him. I think the kid is not really ready for these guys up there. I actually I thought he lost against what's his name in Mexico? Oh man, I forgot his name, but I thought he lost that fight. I shot and
I think I know what I can't remember the fight, but I know what fight you are talking about. Let me try and look it up.
yeah, because I remember I was texting you and I'm like, I called robbery. I'm like, he's gonna lose, but he's gonna win, and he did, and I'm like, I knew it. I don't know. I never really been high on Munguia, man. I just never really have. Not sold on the kid like that. Not that he cannot be that, but right now, I don't see him beating a lot of the, or maybe even being that competitive with a lot of the top guys in his weight class, which is 160, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see
what
him
fight
beating anybody.
was it? No, it wasn't that fight.
It was an Irish guy, if I remember.
Dennis Hogan.
So good, bro. That one.
Yeah, I thought he lost that fight, or it could have been a draw. It should have been a draw. I'll say that it should have been a draw.
I'll stick with robbery. Oh man, but yeah, no. Looking at the 160, bro. He loses to
all of
the majority of this guy. I'm just not really big on him. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. Not that he can get better, but right now he ain't ready for none of them.
Yeah, I think they just tried to raise him up through the ranks because he was such a he could just bang guys out of there.
Right.
But when it comes to top level, at the very, very top, it's a rarity when you see knockouts come.
Exactly.
You have to be a certain type of fighter to knock guys out at the championship level. And if he fights Andre, a Charlo, I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening. If he ends up in there with Canelo, he's going to end up with a rude awakening. If he ends up running across Berlanga or any of those guys, he's going to end up with a rude awakening. I know Berlanga is at 168, but, any of those type of guys that can actually fight and box and set you up, like, he's going to have a lot of trouble because throwing punches and bunches is cool, but skills and determination will get you the match at the end of the day. And I guess yesterday proved that shit too with Canelo.
There you go. There it is.
I don't know, man. Like we said what that fight was gonna be. We called it. We said, hey, BJ Saunders is an excellent. He's a good boxer. I'm not gonna say excellent. He's a good boxer, but that's a different level. That's a different level. And the skill. So let me say this too. Did you see a lot? I didn't see a lot of skill from Canelo. I just saw him go forward. He just went forward.
Just went forward.
Yeah.
Fainted a lot. Fainted a lot.
But we said that, right? We said he'll hunch over and he'll feint and he'll draw you in and he'll execute. And that's what he did. I think
did what he had to do.
Yeah, I think that the only way we're gonna see skill from him is if he ends up with a guy like Better Be It or somebody else like that that's gonna come forward and make him, show what he does, because these current guys aren't gonna. All he's doing is just walking them down. I don't see much coming from these guys right now.
Do you think he could walk down Plan 2, or you think he'll be more?
He gonna walk Plant down.
Yeah,
he's gonna walk Plant. Plant gonna use that jab. He gonna throw the jab out there, and right hand to the body, right hand to the hip, right hand to the chest. Round 6, 7, 8. We'll see how well you're moving by then.
Yeah.
If your jab is still as accurate and fast as it is after you've been hit a few times, we'll know.
Yeah, man. I wish it was Benavidez at that belt, man. Because I've been wanting to see him and Planko at it too because of their history.
Yeah, that
Like,
would be
could
an
have been
awesome
him
fight.
holding that belt right now. It could have.
Damn, Dave. Damn
Could
it,
have been
man.
him, bro. It could have been. He's that dude's right there. It's like, hey, you want all you 160? You got to go to Benavidez.
So let me ask you a question. Do you really think Canelo would take that fight at 168 if Dave had that belt?
He has to. He's been calling it out, right? Like, you just
But do
can't
you
say it, right? And
okay, so this is what I'm saying. Dave had the belt, lost it because he was out partying doing cocaine, right? Young man's mistake. You're 22 years old. You're the youngest WBC champion at middleweight ever, right? So you made a mistake. Boom. It happens again because we enter into a pandemic and you can't make weight properly. In those two situations, where was Canelo? He wasn't asking for no fight with David. Like, he wasn't concerned about the WBC belt until after Dave lost the belt. Then it became a thing, right? Because Avni Yildirim wasn't a mandatory. The guy at the top of the ladder was David Benavidez. He was number one. It was his belt. So he lost the belt.
like, he lost it at the scales.
Correct. So instead of you fighting David Benavidez, you went and fought Avni Yildirim to get the belt. So would you really have fought him if he had the belt? I don't think he would have. That's just me, but I don't think he would have fought him for that belt. You fought Avni Yildirim, who was number 2 or 3 on the rankings. That wasn't a mandatory. How was it even mandatory? That's just me talking, people. I don't know. It's all suspect to me, man. I like David Benavidez, La Bandera Roja. I think he's a very good fighter. I can't wait to see him fight again because I like the aggression. I like the anger that he fights with. And the only trouble I've seen him have so far is when he fought Ronald Gavril in those 2 fights that they had. And he got knocked down in that fight.
I was just going to say that. He got dropped, right?
Yep, by a jab or something.
Something weird. Something
it's like a jab.
Like out of nowhere, right? Like out of nowhere. You're like, boop, he just sat down. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it was like the 10th, 11th, or 12th round. The dude threw out a jab and it just hit him.
Yeah.
But I think Dave's a special talent. He just has to get better. He just needs to fight more often. That's all. Guys like him, they just need to be in the gym a lot and fighting. They need fights to keep them active and keep their mind perfecting a craft and building on what they have, because you don't want him to get distracted and think that he can't do it, or that, he don't want to do this shit no more. So I like Dave, bro. That Ronald Ellis fight that he just had, I watched that fight like 3 or 4 times. That uppercut to the body, man, that shit was wicked. In like the 8th round, when he blocked the overhand right and he waved it off. He threw it up. I said, what? Oh, you talented. Okay. You got that shit. All right. Bet, Dave. Bet. And then he was in the corner telling me, he's like, no, I'm gonna keep throwing it. I want him to quit. I'm gonna keep throwing the right hand. I want him to quit. I was like, I fuck with you, Dave. I fuck with you. Yeah. Dave's a killer. We need guys like that. We need guys like that that step up and take fights like that too, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We need guys that step up and take those fights. I don't know who he has a fight coming up too, right?
Yeah. I don't know the name of the opponent.
Let me check it. Check it.
Probably someone we don't know, man.
Might be.
Not sure who exactly.
El Bandera Roja. Jose Uzcategui.
Wait, Uzcategui. That sounds familiar.
Yes. Uzcategui is from Venezuela. His last fight was against Joshua Obando. It was a TKO. And then before that, he fought Lionel Thompson. Oh, he lost to Caleb Plant in 2019. He had 2 fights with Andre Derrill. One was a disqualification. The other one looks like it was a stoppage. He won.
Okay.
So he lost to Caleb Plant. Unanimous decision. Interesting. His last 5 fights or 6. So out of the 30 fights he has, out of 34 fights, he's lost 4 fights. 30 wins, 25 knockouts.
Okay.
Looks like someone's going to be fighting all night.
Yeah.
Or as long as it lasts.
As long as it lasts with him.
Salute to David Benavidez for losing 100 and some pounds.
Yeah, man.
What a crazy life, man. No amateur back. Salute to him. Salute to fucking what's my man name? Connor Ben. No amateur record. No amateur record. He's learning it all on the road, the hard way.
That's crazy, man. The dudes that come from that.
That's a hard road, bro.
You learn it in the gym, bro.
Yeah. In the gym. Yeah. And fight
scrapping
night.
it with scrapping it with these dudes.
Yeah,
no, exactly. In fight night. Exactly. Fight night. That's wild.
My only thing was I wish he would have, and it's just me talking. It doesn't matter. But I wish he would have started at 140 instead of 147.
Maybe the weight cut's too much for him. Those 7 pounds.
Could be, but maybe he's a taller fighter than I think. He just looks like he's maybe 5'7", 5'8". Says here that he's 5'8". So
okay.
I don't know where he would fit in at 154 or
it's it's a little short.
Yeah, well, we think we think Canelo's short.
Big guy. Canelo's stocky though. He's he's a fucking big ass neck.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a big wide dude, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a wide dude.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
fucking billboard back and everything.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. He beat Samuel Vargas, so now it's just about scheduling him another fight. And we'll just see what happens from there with him. But yeah, this is post-fight, clean breaks. We fucking saw Canelo do what he normally does, man. And that's get a guy the fuck out of there.
Breaking bones and everything, man.
How many knockouts is that in the last few fights? Let's find out.
Isn't that just 2? Isn't that 2, right? It's him. No, wait. No, that's not a knockout, right?
No, he didn't knock out.
No, he didn't knock out him. He went 12.
Yeah. So,
Durham didn't come out for the 4th round, right?
Let me see. So,
he quit in the stool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start here. Rocky Fielding, 2018, December, TKO. Danny Jacobs, 2019, May. Decision. Sergey Kovalev.
KO.
Yes, 2019. Callum Smith, December 2020. So, okay. So that's what it was. So he fought in 2019 twice. And then in 2020, he only fought Callum Smith, and that was a unanimous decision. That's why he's fighting like this. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Oh, because he was also
With the
fucking
lawsuit and everything.
with the lawsuit with this
Yep.
guy, man. I
Yep.
forgot about that.
So he's trying to make up for all the money they lost. Yep. Yep. So Callum Smith in 2020 December, unanimous decision. Avni Yildirim in February 2021, stoppage, and then Billy Joe. He just stopped Billy Joe. So there you have
That's
it.
crazy, man. You know, that dude suffered a quadruple socket broken thing.
Yeah, they say it was fractured.
Yeah, 3 places.
Yeah.
I think I read something too where it's like he's gonna be out for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yep.
That's wild, man.
It ain't wild. It's just that, that's the thing that comes with boxing. It's a very physical sport and it's very physically demanding of you. Like, it's chess with your body. That's the only thing that you can play chess with is your body and your mind. And it just so happens when you get hit in the face like that and your shit crumbles, the worst can happen from that. Now, the bad part is you don't, that you did get hit like that. And we hope that you can be better. But we've seen guys try to come back from those type of injuries, and they're never the same.
I hope it's not the case for anybody,
Yeah.
That's crazy because you're right. Yeah, some of these are career defining injuries, man.
Yeah. Even with Sugar Ray Leonard, I think when he got hit, was it by Roberto Duran or Tommy Hearns? When they hit him in the eye, remember they told him he shouldn't fight no more because he had so much damage in his eye.
Damn. Yeah, man. This is
And then
crazy.
I think he had to have another surgery to just keep it open, at one point, because it was the damage was just bad. But I don't know. Those Kell Brook, Kell Brook is a very big example. He's had 2 eye surgeries, one on each side, And then what's my man name? Abner Martis.
Oh man, but his was a retina too, right?
Yeah, but it's still in the eye. It's still the eye. Yeah. So those are very significant physical injuries that you have. We don't know how he's going to bounce back. We don't know what it's going to take to get him back in proper shape, and then mental shape as well, not just physical, and then get him used to going back in the gym. Like, how is he going to feel when he gets back into the gym? But God bless him, man, because I heard that he went into surgery a few hours ago. Eddie Hearn posted that. So hopefully everything goes well and it's nothing too bad for him. But Canelo says, I felt it push in when I hit him.
Oh, he did say that, right? He said it. He knew he broke it.
Yep. He said, I felt it. He said, I felt it when I hit him. I felt it. I felt it push in. Yep. And then he said, when I looked at him, when the bell sounded, he said, I went back to the corner. I told him he's not coming back out.
He called it.
Yeah.
It didn't. Yeah. Cause they were looking at him, and remember they kept, his cornerman was like forcing his eye open.
Yeah. Trying to force it open. And the thing about it is, people can say he quit, but have you ever fought with your eyes shut, swole like that? Have you ever fought like that? The majority of people that are watching boxing never fought. They never been in a scrap. And if they have, they never been in a fight like that where their eye gets swole. Have you ever had your jaw broke or your nose broken while you're trying to fight?
Broken rib.
Have you ever had a broken rib and try to keep moving and exhaling and trying to get air into your lungs? And it tightens and it feels very sharp, and it's small breaths that you can take. I don't think a lot of people understand what that's really like. So as far as saying that he's a quitter, I understand why they're jumping on his case, because he said that he would never quit. He would rather go out in his shield. I know he said that.
Yeah.
People are pulling up the articles, but
right.
It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to go through it, my man.
Yeah, man, I know. You reap what you sow, and it's kind of hard, right? But I try to understand and be like, oh man, I don't know. I'm not the one.
I thought so. So do you think it was a bad decision? to stop, to quit?
Man, I would say the cornerman did perfectly. If he cared for him, he saw. He probably we I don't know if his cornerman did he even come out? I haven't seen any interviews yet, but
Mark
he
Tibbs said
yeah,
he said I looked at him, he didn't say nothing to me, and he said when I looked him in his eyes while I was trying to get a
read his body language.
yeah, he said he just turned around and just said, you know what, that's it, I'm just gonna stop the fight.
Yeah, he knew if he goes out there, man, and if he goes out there, we don't know what's gonna happen. He's probably gonna be like another Margarito. Remember what Pac-Man did to his eye?
That's another guy, right?
Yeah.
That's
Shit,
another guy.
it didn't even Pac-Man was begging the ref, like, yo, stop.
Yeah, he kept
Like,
looking over. He kept looking over at the ref. Every
like,
time he touched him up, he would look like, yo, would you stop the fight?
like, bro, this guy can't even see. It's already all. Yeah, dude.
But and
Yeah,
that's one thing about Pacquiao, man. As aggressive as he was, he did have compassion because he could tell when you were, when you were hurt. But
yeah.
when the refs wouldn't stop that fight, and when he fought Cotto, he was looking at the ref like, yo, he ain't doing nothing. Like, stop the fucking fight. Like, if he not gonna fight me, I can't. I'm gonna kill him if I keep coming forward.
Like
And
this dude.
And then he had to jump in. Was at 11 or 12? He just jumped on him. He just jumped on Cotto, and he just
Like,
assaulted
let me
him.
get this dude out here now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his job, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. So if it was me, I would have stopped it too, because in that type of fight, Billy Joe isn't a banger. He's not the type of guy that sits down on punches and bangs. So why would you want him to go back in there and take more punishment against a guy who throws very fast, forceful punches? Like Canelo throws punches to like tear you apart. Like that. You don't want your guy going back in there and he can't see them when they coming, especially when it's his lead eye. It's the lead eye, right? So you're talking about on the side where the guy likes to throw left hooks and he can't see it coming.
Yeah, just close your eye and like see, try to throw it.
And remember, he came out early, like I said, and he threw two left hooks to the body. So imagine now you can't see him.
Because now you're probably trying to protect your face. So now you're even more open.
And then he drops down and you can't see where he is on that side because there's probably 3 or 4 of them that you're looking at.
Yeah, man. Hey, did you see Earl in the stands, man?
Yeah, over there chewing popcorn and shit, iced out.
I saw that. Yeah, then he put him on the big jumbotron and everyone went wild, man. That was cool. I thought it was cool.
Salute to Earl, because I heard that he's back with a Blu-ray for strength and conditioning. So that's a very big thing. For those who don't know, Blu-ray is the one that keeps Earl's strength and conditioning, and he keeps it tightened up. So with Blu-ray, that's where Earl gets his knockouts. So if for those who don't understand what that means, that probably means he wants the Pacquiaos, and
right, all the big guys, right? He's trying to.
And if he can push for a Bud Crawford, that's the guy you need for a Bud Crawford.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw him out there eating the popcorn. Like, look at this motherfucker, man. He there hanging out, chilling.
Yeah, man. He was trying to duck too to get him. Be like, make sure no one's looking at me.
Nah, he in shape. I already know he in shape. He can't slack no more. This is it.
Oh yeah.
This is that. That was it. You gotta get certain people out your way. People that ain't really on your team, you gotta remove them and stay in the gym. And eating a little popcorn ain't gonna hurt him. He probably gonna have to run it off, but he'll be all right. Hey man, anything else you want to add to this podcast?
No, that's it. Welcome to the theater of boxing.
Man, this is a theater of boxing, man. Fucking salute to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Viva Mexico. You did another one, pimp. You out there goddamn cherry picking these guys. It's another one, man. Another one in the books. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my sister, my aunts, and my friends, man. God bless you all. Keep doing a good job, an exceptional job. Love you guys. This is Faux Profits Podcast. This is an episode of Clean Breaks. This is the post-fight conversation between me and Cesar Hernandez about the Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight. Canelo won by 8th round stoppage. He busted up Billy Joe Saunders' eye and had to retire on his stool due to the injury. God bless both the fighters, especially Billy Joe Saunders, as he go through his surgery and then a rehab later on, or whatever it is that he has to deal with. My man, I appreciate you, Cesar. As always, I love the conversation, bro. This is so easy for us to do for 2 hours. It takes nothing.
Damn, that was it.
Yeah, we almost there at 2 hour
Oh
and a
my
half.
God.
But yeah, we out this biatch.